Hello guys, and welcome back to another video of your English online sessions. I'm Mr. Osama, and today we have a really fun lesson. We're gonna take Unit 8, Lesson 4 and 5. We're gonna learn how Earth and Sun and Moon works, okay? We're also gonna include the grammar book in this lesson. For today's objectives, we're gonna find out why the shape of the moon appears to change. We're also gonna know and explore how the sun, moon, and earth work together. We're also gonna revise the unit, okay? But first, let's introduce some vocabulary so you understand the lesson. The first word is orbit. Orbit means when a celestial body moves around another body that is bigger in size because it has bigger gravitational pull. This is called orbit. You see this yellow line? This is orbiting, okay? Here's an example. The Earth orbits around the Sun. The second word we have a reflection. Reflection, you know, like a mirror. When you look at the mirror and you see your own reflection, this is an example. I can see my own reflection in the mirror, okay? It means to throw back heat, light, or sound without absorbing it. This is a crescent. Repeat after me, crescent, okay? This shape is called a crescent. It doesn't mean the moon only. You can find this in the top of the mosque or masjid is also called a crescent. Particularly anything with this shape is called a crescent. Rotate. You know, you have in your phone, when you rotate your phone, this is called rotation, okay? When you circle around itself, okay? Move or cause to move in a circle around axis or center. This is called rotate or rotation. Here's an example. The earth rotates around itself. The eclipse. Okay, so when the moon blocks the sunlight from earth, this is called solar eclipse, okay? When the opposite happens, when the earth blocks the sunlight from the moon, this is called lunar eclipse, okay? Here's an example. I saw a solar eclipse last Monday. A spaceship is basically a vehicle that is used to travel in space, you know, where astronauts use it to go to space. We have contractions. Contractions mean to shorten the word, okay? Like it will, it'll, cannot, can't, could not, couldn't, do not, don't, and so on. You get the point. A factual, it means like a fact or a truth or real or actually occurring, okay? So a fact is the opposite of fiction or unrealistic. A collision, when two bodies move at high speed and hit each other violently, okay? And cause a lot of damage, okay? This is called a collision. Here's an example. I saw a collision the other day. Craters is basically a large hole on Earth, or could be on Moon, or could be on any other planet. It's caused by meteors or bombs. It's unnatural. Okay, so it's caused by something outside, not from the Earth itself or the planet itself, okay? There are many craters on the moon, okay? So it means that also the moon have craters. The atmosphere is the gases that envelops the Earth, which we can, it has air inside. We can breathe on Earth because of this atmosphere. Atmosphere is like gases that covers the Earth, and it doesn't escape because the Earth has a gravitational pull, okay? It keeps the gases on this area. Okay, let's check the student book. I want you to open your student book on page 92. Okay. How do objects in space move? Okay, so all objects in space move at high speed, okay? But because the object, every object that has a mass has a gravitational pull. That means it has gravity, okay? We don't fall off Earth because Earth has a gravity, okay? So everything like Earth or other planets orbit around the sun because they move at high speed and they can't escape the gravity of the sun, okay? So this is how planets move in space. But also the moon can't escape the gravity of Earth, so it keeps orbiting around the Earth. Okay, let's read this. All the planets in the solar system orbit the sun. It takes the Earth 1 year to go around the sun. Okay, so when the Earth orbits around the sun one circle, this is 1 year, okay? When the moon orbits around the Earth one circle, this is 1 month. Also, when the Earth moves, rotate around itself one circle, this is 1 day. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, why does the shape of the moon appear to change? Because look, if you look at this picture, because the moon keeps moving around the Earth, it reflects the sunlight. The moon doesn't have any light, but it acts like a mirror. When the sunlight falls on it, like in this picture, it reflects part of it on Earth, okay? So let's read this. The moon does not have any light of its own. It reflects the sunlight. Depending on the position of the moon, we see different amounts of reflected light. Look at the picture and try to imagine how much of the moon you would actually see. Match the orbit diagram to the correct moon phase. Okay, let's look at the picture number 1 and choose one of these that matches the picture number 1. Okay, which one do you guess? Here, if we draw a line from the sun, the light moves in a straight way. So this area doesn't reach it any light. So it must be C. So this one is C for sure. Okay? Okay. Let's see the second one. Sorry about that. Okay. Here, it just part of it. Okay, just part of it reached the moon. So which one of these pictures is going to be? Yes, that's right. It's going to be A. So this picture is A. Okay, while this picture is, we said it's C. Okay. Okay, let's check the other page. This is number 3. Number 3, if we draw a line like this, it's basically like this part would be the only part that's gonna be reflected. So this is gonna be half moon. This is gonna be half moon. So this is gonna be D. Okay, and the last one is B because it reflects the whole sunlight on Earth. Okay, it acts like a mirror, as we said. All right. I want you to memorize these words. This is crescent moon, new moon, half moon, full moon. Okay. So this is not entirely accurate. A new moon, like it's almost like a crescent, almost like there's some light at the end of the moon. But it's not fully black, because if it was fully black, this would be called a lunar eclipse, not a new moon. Okay? Okay, so let's check the language activity book. We're gonna match. I'm gonna help you with one. What is a day? A day, the time it takes for Earth to rotate around one time. Okay? Okay, you're gonna finish the rest by yourself. Match the missing moons to the sequence. Okay, basically what you're gonna do is take one of these pictures and put it there. So I'm gonna help you with the first one. First one is C. Okay, you can fill the other two. Write the letters of the moon. Okay, so if you remember the student book, I'm gonna help you with one of these. Half a moon is C and G. If you matched it correctly, you're gonna see half a moon in these two. Okay, let's move on to the second page. I'm gonna help you with the first one. Eclipse of the moon, lunar eclipse. Okay. So when the Earth passes between the sun and the moon, Earth blocks the sun rays, and so the moon is hidden. Okay, so this is B for sure. You can finish the rest by yourself. It's an easy exercise. Here you're gonna also finish these two by yourself. You're gonna draw a picture, draw the sun ray and write the name from the activity A under each picture. You're gonna use the student book for this to help you out. Draw these things. Okay, you can use this picture 1, 2, 3, 4 to draw the pictures you want. Oh, okay. I want you to open your grammar book on page 30. Okay. You remember will and won't and might be and might not, okay? So basically what comes after these is the verb in infinitive form. It doesn't take any additions, okay? So don't forget that. I'm gonna help you with the first one. Sorry about that. The journey to the moon will take several days, okay? So here's the first one. You can finish the rest by yourself. It's an easy exercise as well. Make a prediction about the future by joining the ideas in the box in each box. Okay, so here the first one is already solved. Astronauts might find aliens in the future. You can finish this one by yourself. I want you to flip the page 31. Complete the sentences with your own idea. Okay, in 100 years, we will be able to drive cars without gas. It's basically a prediction about the future. You can do it yourself. Like in 100 years, I'm going to give you an example, but I'm not going to write it. In 100 years, we will be able to travel to Mars, for example. Okay. And here we have if conditional. If you remember, if conditional, the if clause in a present simple. The second sentence is will as a future simple. Okay, so the first one is already solved. If you go to the moon, you will travel in a space rocket. Okay, you can finish the rest by yourself. Okay, complete the sentences with the verb in parentheses. Use contractions. Use what? Contractions. So we're gonna use the short form of the verb. Okay, if we can. Here, the first one. Excuse me. If you look, this is going to be the same through a telescope at night. Here's we have the first contraction. So you will see. Okay, in the present, in the future simple, because the verb comes after will be infinitive form without any additions. Okay. You can finish the rest by yourself, but remember you have to use contractions. So you're going to use some things like doesn't and won't and etc. Okay? I want you to flip the page. Okay. For this one, I'm going to help you read this, but aside from that, you're on your own. Okay? The moon was created by a collision in space around 4.5 billion years ago. We already explained collision, so it's something must have hit it, and the moon was created. It's 340,000 kilometers from Earth and orbits the Earth in 28 days, 1 lunar month. Okay, we already use the lunar calendar in Muslims countries. Although the moon seems to move slowly across the night sky, it travels very fast. Okay, the moon doesn't make its own light; it reflects light from the sun. As we said, if you look at the moon on different days, it seems to change shape. However, what you see in the moon lit by the light from the sun in different ways on different days. Okay, sometimes you might be able to see on the surface of the moon. This is because the moon isn't flat, it's covered in craters and valleys. If you go to the moon, you won't be able to breathe because there is no atmosphere. There is no wind or weather on the moon. If an astronaut leaves footprint, it will stay there for 10 million years or more. Wow, this is interesting, okay? So you have to finish the rest of the pages by yourself, page 32 and page 33. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we learned today. We learned about the moon phases. We learned about how planets move in space. We learned about the gravitational pull. We learned the names of the phases of the moon. We also revised the unit, the if conditional, and how to use will and might not. Okay? So for the assessment question, I want you to describe the shapes of the moon or the phases of the moon. You're gonna write the phases, all the phases you know. Okay? And for the homework and the practice, I want you in the practice student book, page 92, 93, language activity book, pages 77 and 78, and your grammar book, pages 30, 31, 32, and 33. This is going to be your homework. And don't worry, there will be model answers would be uploaded after this video is going to be uploaded one day after it, okay? I hope you are well, and I hope to see you next time, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Bye-bye.